Broadcasting through the depths of outer space.
Hello, I'm alive. I don't know what's going on.
By your command.
Fascinating.
Damn you all to hell!
It's the Solo Sci-Fi Podcast.
Hello and welcome to this week's Solo One Sci-Fi Podcasting Pandemic Special. Live under lockdown, and I present to you my co-host, the fellow virus and germ, Michael Ball.
Yes, I've always thought of you as a bit of a microbe yourself. Hello, Martin. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you. So, how is lockdown treating you this week?
Same as usual. It's not much. My mum's getting her jab tomorrow, which I'm pleased about.
Oh, that's good news.
So
that's good news.
I'm going to take her up to a local place. So we're not looking forward to that because she doesn't like that sort of stuff. She's and also the thing is, it's quite hard because we've all been indoors for so long that it's strange to think about going back out there and doing stuff. But but in the end, she's got to be done. And she's said to me that she's heard when she was booking her appointment that with me, the likelihood is that I might get mine in the next 2 weeks or around 2 weeks. I don't know whether that's true or not. I hope so. And then we'll have to see how things are.
They're running out of supplies, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
It just gets worse. I mean, I got up this morning. Well, they got rid of the orange one. He's gone. And I'm not getting political.
No.
He's gone.
No.
He's gone. And then they were flooding up in Yorkshire. Just flooding.
Oh, I know. We've had snow and rain.
And then there were all them awful politicians on the telly, and I just switched off. And I went for a walk around the park again.
All right.
That park, I hate that park.
Why do you hate the park?
I got really excited this morning because I changed the way I walked through it.
Oh, okay.
I went down.
New route.
I went down another street just to make it exciting.
And was it exciting? You should do a live stream on YouTube, and then you could actually because you've got 1,000 subscribers now. You never know.
I know. I'm a man at last.
You are. That's it.
And I've got into puberty.
That's it.
Yes.
Now you're getting hairs in funny places now, aren't you? That's what.
Apparently, I got a message off YouTube. I can set up a poll. Apparently.
Yeah, I did that. I did a poll the other day. I did one the other day, and I had 250 responses, which is quite good. So I was quite pleased with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So I thought about what should I set a poll up. I've been asked to join the panel.
Oh, you should do that. Do that.
Well, I am going to wait for a while.
You should do things like Deep Space Nine versus Babylon 5, or Predator versus Alien. I
want to get some more subbers before I get to that.
Take
my time. Don't be arrogant.
No. I mean, I'm not boasting, but I've almost hit 60,000 subscribers. Just saying.
Yes. Well, I had another 59,000 to go. I'll see you there.
Yeah, you're just catching up.
You're halfway to one of them.
100,000. Yeah, it's you get the medal, you get the plaque thing at 100,000. Yeah, so I'd love to get that. That'd be cool. So
I mean, that's something to strive for, isn't it?
Let's plug our YouTube channels. So Martin's YouTube channel is Martin's Sci-Fi Appeal, a great channel where you review many things. You talk about it could have been a classic. You feature some stuff that you get for the home, helmets, all sorts of things. Mine is Co-Clud, where it's not just sci-fi, it's also pranks, comedy, all sorts of weird, funny things.
And sitcoms.
And sitcoms?
Classic sitcoms.
Oh, well, I put on things like bloopers. I've got lots of All Right the Nights and stuff, but not so much sitcoms yet.
But if you're looking for classic stuff like Eric and Ernie and the Two Ronnies and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's on your channel.
Oh, it could be. It could be at some point.
Be.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I could do. That would be quite a good idea.
And radio pranks as well.
Yeah. I've got 12,000 pranks in my collection. So
Steve Penk,
Wackhead Simpson, all sorts of funny people.
Wackhead Simpson, I remember him.
Do you know Wackhead Simpson? I didn't know you knew him.
Yeah, I've heard his radio stuff over years.
Well, probably on my channel. I mean, I've got the leading Wackhead YouTube channel in the world, by the way. Just not that I'm plugging it. I'm now the unofficial Wackhead channel. So, so it's quite good. So, and I've also...
Do people get... I don't want to say this. Do people get a free Wackhead t-shirt?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I did a feature on... I was on Wackhead's show with my cough. I sent him some audio of my coughs.
Yes.
And it got played to 3 million people in Johannesburg, which was quite cool. But he didn't give me a CD. I asked for a CD because he released it on his CD. I'm actually on a CD, which is really cool. And
you should have said for royalties.
But I thought I'd get a free one, and he said he'd give me a free one. He didn't, so I had to go to the South African version of Amazon, and I had to pay for it myself. But yeah, I've got my CD with me on there. So there we go. Anyway, it's not very sci-fi based, so perhaps we should move on.
No, it could be post-apocalyptic alternative reality and dimension.
Well,
with a radio show.
Well, my cough sounds like an alien being. I'm going to play one of my coughs right now. You won't hear it, Martin, but you'll hear it on the playback. Here we go. So there we go. When you hear that back, it's very, very alien.
That was fantastic.
Some people say it sounds like a crocodile, and some people.
That was fantastic.
And I've actually, I actually think I should send some of my audio to some sort of sound effects company, and they could actually put it into a sci-fi film of some sort. So never mind.
Yeah, I will be doing a live show on Sunday.
Oh, I was wondering about that. You've not done one for a while. That's good.
Yeah, no, I've just not been in the mood for it, but I'm sort of... It's
are you
getting livened up now.
Are you feeling a bit down about things? Is that why you have another motivation to do it?
I don't know. I think I would have a bit down, but not down. I just didn't have any motivation for a while. Yeah,
it's time of year though, isn't it? I mean, it's really hard to sort of. When it's pitch black at 4:30 in the afternoon, and it's peeing down, and it's sleeting and raining, and then it's it's dark. It's horrible. I mean, I get
very, very wary of going out as well.
Yeah, well, I am too.
I mean?
I'm very worried, especially with the situation as it is. But this is going to take a lot longer than I reckon that they.
Yes, I reckon so.
This year, I actually think the most of this year is going to be out the window as well. Quite frankly, it's I reckon. Look, let's just get the vaccines, and then it will hopefully start to whittle down, and then we'll just have to see how it goes. But I reckon we'll all go on.
I went out on Monday. I got on a bus and I went to...
Oh, I wouldn't go on a bus, blimey.
No, there were only me on it.
Yeah, I suppose it's all right.
And I got off and there were nobody around, and I went on a big long walk down by the canal.
Right.
And,
I saw those pictures you sent. They were quite good. Yeah, good.
And after that, I've been going to the park every day.
So, yeah, but it's so bloody cold and wet and horrible.
I know, but I find that... Well, it's all right on exercise bike,
Well, I do a 2-mile walk most days. I go in a walk for about 35-minute brisk walk, which I've worked out by speed of walking, which is about 4 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It works out I do about 2 miles a day. And it's boring, but I can put on my music and avoid the locals.
That's what I did.
Put my music on.
I've noticed when I get home, I'm quite motivated then to sort of do stuff.
Yeah, it's just getting out.
Even though it's miserable out there.
Well, I think it's always seeing the same 4 walls. I mean, I like my den and everything, but how many times can I, But
how many streaming channels can you watch? How long can you go on the internet and play video games for?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like classic. I mean, I tell you what I've been watching. I'm now into season 5 of the Clone Wars from Star Wars, which is good. I've also been watching. I've almost seen most of The Expanse season 5. And you'll be impressed because apparently these characters are in one of these Avenger things, these WandaVision thing. I want to talk to you about that. We'll do that in the news, but that was interesting. Not like anything Marvel I've seen before, although I do apparently the purple character, Vision, and the other one were in the Avengers Endgame or something. There have been some aspects, so that's interesting. So shall we go in the news and then we'll talk about what's been going on this week?
Yeah, just like I said, Tom, you missed this week. And
I was going to say that. Yeah, good point.
Week.
Yeah, sorry, Tom couldn't make it. Tom Julian, who of course is our now 3rd member, but I'm sorry that you can't make it this week. Well, hopefully you're back next week. And I was going to say to Martin, we were talking about perhaps reviewing The Matrix, which we haven't done yet, which would be quite a cool one. So,
well, that's quite a good idea.
Yeah.
I think the new one, is out.
And we could talk about the potentials of the new film and talk about the original Matrix.
Yes,
So that's for next week. Let's go into the news, and then we can see exactly what's been going on. Here we go.
Working.
So the sci-fi
News.
All right, let me start. Actually, no, Martin, you can start off this week. Why don't you tell me what you found out on the news this week?
You mean I've got to do it?
I can do it if you want. No pressure, no pressure.
Right, well, I've got some, I don't know, Lars Mikkelsen, whoever he is has signed, you've probably seen him in a film or something, but he's a big actor, has signed on to play Thrawn in the Ahsoka spin-off series. I think he does the voice, actually.
Has he? Yeah, I read that.
In
I read
Rebels,
that. Yeah, I've seen him.
I think he does.
And he actually, if they did it made up, it'd be good to have the actual voice. I mean, don't forget, I've not up to Rebels yet. I know all about Thrawn. But, I've heard, because they did that with the actress who played Ahsoka in the TV series. They wanted her originally to do it, but for some reason she found that it wasn't quite right for her. So she was recast in The Mandalorian. But if they have the original voice actor to play Thrawn in this spin-off, then, yeah. I mean, I'm not familiar with the character watching him yet, although I know of he's quite a big character in Star Wars, that series. So, yeah, sounds good to me. Sounds brilliant.
So that's what's happening.
And that's what's happening.
Yes. And
I love it. I purposely went quiet to put you on the spot. I'm sorry. Let's go on to WandaVision, because I know you mentioned it. WandaVision started last week.
I'm doing the news. I'm doing the news. I've already pulled it up.
Oh, fine. But it is news because technically we hadn't seen it for this last week.
Right, then.
But no,
go on. One line.
Well, okay. I will say that I've seen the first 2 episodes. I don't know anything about these characters. It very, very much reminded me of Pleasantville, which was a great series.
Yeah, you reminded me of that. Reminded me of that. Yeah, that's
well worth a review as well, that film.
It is, actually. I won't mind covering it.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
I like it as well. Okay, but you're the Marvel. I'm the hashtag Marvel virgin. You tell me about
how many Avengers films have you seen?
I saw the first one and I was very underwhelmed.
Right, you need to watch the other 3.
Oh, God, do I have to?
Yes, you do. Yes, if you want to. I can explain it to you.
Go on, explain it to me, because it's, go on.
Right, Vision gets created in the Age of Ultron.
Okay. How does he get created?
He originally was going to be Ultron's new body, but the Avengers stopped and they put the Soul Stone, or was it the Mind Stone? One of Infinity Gems went in his head. Right. And he was also partly Tony Stark's computer ran his house. He ran all his company and that, called Jarvis. Okay. And they downloaded Jarvis with this Infinity Stone. They created a living entity inside the synthetic body. Okay. And then he turned good, and he could lift Thor's hammer because he's worthy. Right. And then they destroy Ultron. Then Avengers 3 turns up. Thanos comes to Wakanda. Big battle. Avengers lose. Thanos. You see, I don't want to spoil all this.
No, I don't think I'm going to see them, quite frankly.
Right. Well, you're going to have to watch them at some point.
Well, yeah, but give me 17 years. I'll do it then.
Okay, I will do. 17 years. Right. So anyway, there's a big fight, and Thanos has got to get all the 6 gems to become basically omnipotent. Right. God.
Okay. Right.
And he turns up on Earth, and there's 2 stones, and there's a big fight, and Thanos twats all the Avengers, takes them all out, gets the Vision. Scarlet Witch is ordered to destroy the stone. She fails because she's got the time stone. She blows it up, and then he reverses time and he rips it out of the Vision's head. Now, the origins are the Scarlet Witch is tied to the stone, as her brother was, Quicksilver, right? Okay. Because Hydra, from the first Avengers movie, the staff of Loki, the big staff he had, well, there's I think it's the Mind Stone that's in there. It's the Mind Stone, yeah. Well, they used energy from that to give them powers, right? And she's got like chaos magic, and she's a reality warper, basically. She's got certain powers. And Thanos turns up and he rips it out of the Vision's head, and he dies. and he puts it on the gauntlet. Comes God, wipes out half the universe, and he thinks he's restored order.
Right.
And then in comes Endgame. They all go back in time, undo everything, defeat Thanos, because another version of Thanos from past turns that gets stone to defeat him.
Okay.
And that's it. So she's obviously had a mental breakdown, right?
Yeah.
Because she says to Thanos, she said, "You don't know what you've took from me," right? Because she's in love with Robot Man, right? And he rips the stone out of her. Well, so she's connected. So she's gone a bit mad, right? So she's created, from what we know and what we've seen, because there's little scenes in it, she's created a false reality around herself because she can warp time and space, right?
Right.
But there's certain forces in there manipulating this occurrence in reality. So we don't. It could be Mephisto, the devil. It could be Nightmare. Or we don't know. But Doctor Strange, this series is a prequel to the next Marvel movie, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I think he'll turn up by episode 4.
So I won't know who this Doctor Strange character is.
Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, he's the Sorcerer Supreme.
So do you think they've got him in? He's a big actor if he's in it.
Yeah, no, he's in it. He's coming in.
Oh, so you know that, do you? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's confirmed. Yeah, he's going to be in by episode 4 or 5.
Let me look in Google so I recognise this character, because I don't know anything about this stuff.
Well,
I know,
Sherlock.
Yeah, I know Benedict Cumberbatch. He was the Khan, dodgy Khan. I know the actor, but I don't know Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Well,
that's what I'm saying.
He's this universe's. He protects the world from all the.
Let's see what he looks like.
Forces and
Doctor Strange. Oh, okay. So he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's got a goatee beard by the looks of it, and he's got
Doctor Strange. He protects our reality from dark forces in other dimensions that are mystical.
Okay, he's got a sort of red cape, a bit like Superman. Yeah. Okay,
hey, actually, watching the Doctor Strange movie, I think you would quite like it. It's insane.
So is that a separate thing from the?
No, it's all part of it.
No, but what I mean is not in the. You're talking about a separate film, not the Avengers things, right?
Not the Avengers.
But he's also in the Avengers things.
Yes.
The same as the Iron Man thing.
Yes, because when he looks
bloody
into
hell,
the future,
it's like spaghetti, isn't it? It's all
well,
like...
I didn't want to go into all this.
But the thing is, though, right? I watched this thing. It reminded me of Pleasantville. And I thought this is quite cool. It's like this really cheesy sitcom, and I've heard that it's going to be going through time as it goes on, which I like. And the end of episode 2, it turns colour. I thought, this is quite good. This. And I like that. It didn't feel like a Marvel thing. It felt quite cool.
There's 2 classic storylines in the comics, and they took part of that out, like the House of M, and because the Scarlet Witch in the comics destroyed the Avengers.
Yeah.
And some of them died in the comic because the comic wants.
Now, I have to say at this point, with your explanation of the Avengers films, what you said to me, I'm completely lost. All I know was you said something about Tony Stark's computer having the entity. And then that's when I got lost. That's when I got lost.
The computer, the AI merges when they put it into Vision's body. It's just a synthetic body. It merges with the mind.
So that's good. That's good.
It makes the AI a lot more.
That's good. So this has a link then to the Iron Man part of the franchise.
Basically, yeah.
That's cool. I like that. Okay. So
all of it, the whole Marvel universe connected.
Yeah, we see. This is where Star Wars is going to be in about 5-10 years' time, right?
Yes.
This is going
Star
to be Star Wars is now. Even the beginning intro of the Marvel thing with the flipping thing. It reminds you of the Star Wars has a similar sort of intro with all the helmets of all the different Star Wars things, and Disney are going to take over the world. Okay.
Yeah,
it's going to be
doing it,
because you're going to have. And I posted it this week. Apparently, the first time ever, Disney Plus's Mandalorian was the highest. It actually beat Netflix. So that's a huge thing because it's only been going for a year, and Netflix has been around for about 8-10 years, right? So if Disney has this Marvel franchise, which have already got tons of stuff on, they really want to push with Star Wars, but because of fucking COVID, we've got to wait. Then it's really. I will eventually look. Okay, I can see your point about the Marvel stuff. I don't know why I've never got into it.
Just watch the I'll tell you what, right? Watch Doctor Strange.
All right.
Watch if you want to get into this, watch Doctor Strange.
I don't know if I want to, but then
and the three Avengers.
Do you know what? The thing is, right? I apart from the only thing I've always disagreed with, because I thought it was absolutely terrible, and you liked it very much, was Batman versus Superman, which makes me feel a bit. I know you did. I know, and I couldn't stand it. But in the end, I do respect the fact that we like a lot of similar stuff. So look, I will do my best. No promises.
Well,
it won't be 17 years though.
Agnes, the woman, the next door neighbour. Everybody's assuming that's the sorceress, Agatha Harkness.
I thought you were talking about your next door neighbour.
No. There's her next door. It keeps coming around. So we're thinking that she's Agatha Harkness, and she trained the Scarlet Witch to control her mystical abilities. But Doctor Strange, obviously, her reality warping powers is probably affecting the mainstream reality.
Right.
And Doctor Strange, he will obviously come in at some point. What they've done is they've took bits out of a certain Marvel story, like the House of M, because when she goes back, she's pregnant, you see.
Right.
She's wished herself pregnant. Now, in the comics, the two children she has, they're part of Mephisto, the demon.
Right.
They're part of his soul, and the kids never existed. But then they brought them back. I mean, it's mind blowing, is all this, right? And Agatha Harkness might be there to protect her. But the guy, what's that? Right? Have you seen the bit with the video recorder? It's been rewound and all that.
You mean on this new series? Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
at the end. Yeah. Well, they're saying that sword, and sword is special world observation. It's an anagram of shield, and sword they deal with the outer space threats, and shield deals with the internal stuff.
Is there lots of good space battles in all this? Does Marvel have lots of good space battles?
Sword is part of shield. It's the space station, and they protect the Earth against the Celestials. Okay. And so,
God.
People are some outside the Nightmare on Mephisto,
Just to say
it's a mystical threat, that's why Doctor Strange comes into it. But apparently this could be tied into the Loki series as well, which is coming in a couple of months. Loki's on his way.
Well, look. I mean, okay, this is all sort of getting beyond my head feels like
well, I'm trying to...
It feels like...
Do you want me to send you loads and loads of YouTube clips?
No, at the moment. Let me look at this this WandaVision thing. Let's watch that, and then you told me about the Doctor Strange character, and then we'll see how it goes. Can I just say though, because
can I just bang my head on the table?
Well, yeah, I feel like sticking a plug in my head and turning up. I just feel like sticking a wire up my arse.
Why can't you just watch watch one a week or something? I mean,
because I'm it's only 22 movies. You're going to say?
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. I mean, at the moment, I'm going through The Expanse. I'm going through all the Star Wars Clone Wars, which is great.
That's true.
And that's a big thing. And then I want to do Firefly. I want to watch that.
Oh, you do?
And I've got all these things ready to go. But, I mean, look. It looks like we're probably not going anywhere. We're probably going to do Sweet FA again this year. So, we could do another 50 podcasts the rest of this year or something. And then maybe by episode 100, I've not watched one of the other, Marvel things.
I'm sure you could book in all the Marvel movies.
The neighbour you mentioned next door that you mentioned on this Marvel thing? My neighbour next door, I call her the Lump, by the way. Actually, she lives opposite me. She's actually, she literally doesn't move from year to year, and all she does is get takeaways delivered to her house, and she'll hear her shouting at her kids. So I just shout out to the Lump. That's what.
Yeah, but I mean, if you wake up tomorrow morning and everything's black and white. And she's coming round every day.
what, with her takeaways, you mean?
And then you find out you're pregnant as well.
What, like Lister and Red Dwarf or something?
Yeah.
God. Jim and Bexley. All right, well, I mean, it might as well, it's like...
Co-vision. You could call it co-vision.
Or COVID vision. Co-vision. No, maybe not. Not COVID vision. COVID vision. Yeah. Anyway, it's like we're living in a parallel universe.
I don't know who the guy is in the bee suit. I don't know what that's about.
The what bit?
The person in the bee suit.
The bee suit.
Who climbed down the manhole.
Oh, I don't know. I like that. I mean, there was one bit where it was red. There was like a little flashing red light in the first episode. And then the second one, there was like a toy truck, which was colour, and dropped in the garden. And then I don't know, but this, like I said, I'm obviously going to miss a lot of ties in. But
if you Wikipedia Agatha Harkness, it might be better just to read up on it on Wikipedia.
All right, okay. Well, I will stick with it.
I give Doctor Strange a go, the movie.
Yeah, all right. I had vaguely heard of it, but like I said, I don't know why, I've just never quite clicked with Marvel stuff, but, you know, I mean, I'm not going anywhere, and there's nothing else to bloody well watch, so you never know. So what other news have we got, apart from, what's it called? I mean...
Oh, Tim Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Allen gives the Galaxy Quest 2 updates a fabulous script.
So they're actually making this? I didn't know. Is it been confirmed?
They're looking at it.
It's not been in production? Yeah. Okay.
They are looking at it, yeah.
Well, it might be partly because of the Orville. I mean, it might be, you know... The thing is, the Orville started off as Galaxy Quest, but soon, you know, you realise that Seth MacFarlane, he made the Orville as a Star Trek show, and he used the Galaxy Quest analogy in the first episodes, and it wasn't that at all. It has comedy, but it's not.
Do you think a Galaxy Quest 2 film would work?
I'd certainly go and see it. I'd like to go and see it.
Yeah, but I mean, first one's just marvellous, isn't it?
Yeah, and also it's been. When did Galaxy Quest was that made? About 20 years ago? It's quite a long time ago now.
90s, I think 97 wasn't it?
Yeah, so about 25 years ago. So I don't know. I mean, they recently brought back Bill and Ted after all those years, so I suppose they could try, but it's probably not going to be as good as the original. I don't know.
We have some Battlestar Galactica. There's an update. There's a new series coming.
It has been mooted for what stage? Is it just still in pre-production, or is it?
They've set out the storyline for it.
So it's going to be another interpretation of the original.
Yeah, it's another interpretation
by Glenn R. Larson. Yeah. Right. Okay. Anybody who's involved with it? Do you know?
It's got Sam Ismail on what to expect from the new Battlestar Galactica, including an experimental release strategy. It's from the creator of Mr. Robot. I've only seen the first season of Mr. Robot. That's the guy that played Freddie Mercury in that film, The Queen.
Oh, the Queen series, okay.
Yeah, it's Summit Malik, he's called it. But he's the new villain in the new Bond film. He's a good actor, actually. But he's the creator of Mr. Robot, made him famous. He's creating the new Galactica, so it should be good. I mean, there is potential there. I just don't want to get into all that spiritual crap again this time.
You see, I liked both versions of Battlestar. I mean, Battlestar original. I think that the problem with the original Battlestar was the Cylons sort of dropped out in the middle of the only season it was on. I'm not talking about Galactic Race, because that was a completely separate series, although it's
you mean the Eastern Alliance?
Yeah, I didn't like that part. Did you like that bit? That's what...
I like that when they went to the planet, the experiment in Terra.
Yes. And
with Devon in the white suit, the cosmic entity.
That's right, and that was interesting.
I like that.
But the Steed actor was in it as well, wasn't he? He was good. Yeah. And John Colicos was good.
The new Battlestar, I was a big fan of Battlestar Galactica. I really loved the last one. I thought it was marvellous. But I found the final season was just a waste of time.
I didn't mind it. I know I liked it more than you did, but it is what it is. I mean, in the end, it was strange.
Yeah, that's true. It's how you interpret it. I agree with that. But I just thought, there was a massive writer's strike on at the time, so it did, like Lost got damaged through the writer's strike.
Lost it in many ways. I mean, I did like Lost, but I thought that.
I loved it.
But then it got a bit confusing at the end.
Have we covered Lost yet?
No, we will have to do a show on
Would you like to do Lost in a couple of weeks?
Well, yeah, let's do The Matrix next week.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
Maybe we can do... I don't know if Tom's seen Lost. We'll have to ask him about that.
Well, Lost could be on its way back.
Oh, what? You mean continuation?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. But it didn't get lost, did it? It's coming back. It's Unlost. The return of Lost.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. There was a story about one of the actors in The Expanse. Apparently, some sort of scandal or something. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, he's not in this series. Apparently, one of the characters.
The guy
said there was some sexual scandal.
And because he appeared in the last 2 episodes of Star Trek Continues as a Romulan, if you remember.
All right. So which character in The Expanse?
I don't know. I can't remember his name now. I don't know all the name of the character. He's the guy he's got a family who's separated with. He's the guy who looks partly sort of Arabic or Indian.
The English fella. Yeah, because he's from Mars, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a Mars. He's from Mars.
Oh, him. Yeah. I know you're on. Oh, is it him?
Yeah, apparently there was something with him.
I don't want to say it. I remember catching it a while ago. There was something about him involved in some scandal or something. And he's had his part dropped in the series. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's I will confirm he's in Series 5, which I'm watching now.
Right.
But I think they've not done production yet on Season 6.
Right.
And here we are. They found it. They started accused of sexual assault. It was actor Cass Anwar, best known for playing Alex on The Expanse, has been accused by multiple women of sexual misconduct. Obviously, we're not saying this ourselves. We're just reading. Reading media.
Reading.
This is not any reflection of what we're saying.
And it says
this is why exactly why I'm saying that. I'm not daft. I'm covering myself. I say the allegations, which I'm reading from a public source, and not from
yes.
It says that allegations which seem to follow similar patterns are supported by text messages from Anwar, established what appears to be harassing behaviour for years, often targeting female fans online and women at conventions. Several of the women also allege that Anwar assaulted them.
Well, conventions.
And apparently, this is what it says, and some that he seemingly interacted when they were as young as 17. Oh shit. However, people are facing a reckoning for their actions, and as of late, more and more victims are coming forward with harrowing stories. Well, that's what it says.
All right.
Victims often find that...
Who's your favourite character in that? I like him in engineering. You know him at doesn't say much. You know him in engineering. I
like some of the belters actually.
Yeah.
There was a guy who was a belter in the first season who also appeared in the the story of the nuclear power station Chernobyl.
Yes.
He was in the first, and he was. I don't know what happened to his character, but he seemed to disappear. He was good. I also like the. I like the fact that they got this weird. We are built as man. We are built, and I love that weird kind of. Sounds like almost Mediterranean. We are the belters. We do like the earth. There's any I can't do that accent, but there's something about those characters. I like the woman who's the main one who's got the son that she's been trying to find, and she's with these. Oh, sorry, I don't know all the names of the characters, which is annoying.
Yeah, no, I like the Martian Marine chick. I think she's.
Cool. Oh yeah, because this
Johnny.
Yeah, and all the characters are sort of separated. Often you have a whole season where they don't even meet up, or they might have one communication at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like a lot of the characters.
I think she's a great actress. Her that plays the president of the
Earth.
Oh
yes, she's very
fantastic. Isn't she?
I like all the characters. I haven't got a favourite, but like I said, I really want to see the whole thing again, and it's a real pleasure to watch.
Are you up? Well, it's episode 8 today.
I'm going to watch episode 8 tomorrow. I wanted to watch it today, but I didn't get the chance.
I admit, on Sunday I nearly broke.
You've only got. I mean, well, I'd say what you could do if episode 9 is released next Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then you're bound to at least take a few days to go through them all. Or are you going to have like an expanse day where you like get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you'll be solid for like 10 hours watching it back to back?
Yeah, definitely.
I did that with Star Wars Clone Wars the other day. I watched a whole season. Yeah. I watched a whole effing season,
Fantastic.
Right? Just got to the Darth Maul coming back with the spider legs, and now he's got and trying to get his revenge on. Really good stuff. And I'm just because season 5 is season 6 is season 5 is 20 episodes, and then season 6 is 13, and 7 is. Have you seen the last season yet?
No, I've not seen season 7. I'm trying to because we're all stuck at home. I'm trying to.
Well, maybe we can get to see it at a similar time. We can actually review it if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I can hold on till you get to season 7.
Well, I won't be long. I
can do that.
I reckon it'll only be a couple of weeks, quite frankly.
No, because I'm like, I want to see final season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I thought there were 10 episodes. There's not 13, so
there's no rush.
Basically, 3 weeks of that left.
No, but I mean, it's all very exciting stuff. So
I'd just rather make a full day. Like you can escape from
Yeah, you can literally,
Yeah.
and it's like you sit there with your coffee or whatever.
Yeah,
If it was
and
the
just
evening,
shut the bloody door and
yeah.
think,
I mean,
right.
if it was like an evening thing, like you could have an all-nighter and have a couple of beers.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. But what I'm saying is, it's you can lose yourself in it. But
I think you've done well to clear season 5 like that, though. You've done very well.
Well, I'm up to the big. I'm actually at the beginning of season 5. So I've cleared season 4,
Right.
but
Wow.
I've watched the first episodes of season 5.
Are you enjoying it then?
Yeah, I am enjoying it. It really improved in season 3 and 4. It got darker. It got more because the first season you don't, but you can see lots of people get killed, and not that I particularly want to see that, but it makes it less of a show which is just like more. It feels less kiddie based. It feels more like
you care very much about the characters in there, though.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
it's
I'm really going to look at the prequels differently when I watch them again after this.
Have you seen the cartoon version of the Clone Wars movie?
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
Yeah, that starts it all off. It's when Ahsoka first comes into it.
Right, and I've also seen the Mandalorians are starting to sort of come up now. And there's a tribe of them, and they're called something like the Lights of something, or there's some name for them, and they've come in. They're quite good, and they were mentioned in the Mandalorian. Sorry, shut up, watch.
Yeah, there's quite a. What was that?
My watch just suddenly sort of like started talking to me, and I told it to shut up. Sorry, I've got an Apple Watch, and it's like,
oh, okay,
and sometimes it just talks for no reason. Sorry, hang on. Make sure
okay.
Carry on what you're saying. My watch is annoying me. Go on.
I find it's you find out everything about the Mandalorian culture. It's sort of quite interesting. I don't want to give you any spoilers.
No. I know that Mandalorian's going to get really effed up.
I have to say, you watch 2 seasons at Mando, and suddenly you're hungry. You've gone all the way back to the beginning of the Clone Wars to get all this vast amount of...
You know why? It's a bit like you with the Marvel stuff. The fact of the matter is, right, we are entering a really new phase in Star Wars now, where we're going to have all this stuff, right? I need to know how it all goes. I need to know about Thrawn.
Yes,
I need to know about Ahsoka Tano. And I did get a lot of that from watching it around, but I missed a lot of stuff as well because I hadn't seen it. So even though it's an animated series,
it's like a DVD collection in your head, and you've got to put it into order, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. But and all these,
there's
about sort of 10 projects going on. So and I'm really glad I'm doing it, and I'm going to definitely make sure that I probably even watch some episodes again in the future. So really good stuff. What other news we got? Anything else?
We've got some UFO space news.
Go for it.
Got to look. Oh, actually, I think we did that one on the way. Is that
not the one with the blue sausage again?
No, not the blue bloody sausage. And I'll wait for you to bring that up. Now, the CIA have released 2,000 documents on UFOs dating back to the 1970s.
Wow, brilliant.
And so we can all look at them.
So how come they're becoming... Is it because it's like a 50-year... They don't have to keep it...
I think so, yeah.
It's like a 50-year thing, and then after that they can declassify stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, the British government's declassified quite a bit, but then suddenly they've decided to reclassify it, but that's it.
Have they?
They always,
Why do they do that?
And I've got something. Because it's probably met aliens and don't want to tell anybody.
Yeah. Okay, so what else are you going to say?
It's all secret, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you want to come here if you were an alien, really? Would you want to
I wouldn't want to come to Portsmouth. No. No, I'd fly away again if I landed outside Fratton Park by the football
Getting
place.
a ticket by a traffic warden on your spaceship on
No.
High Street.
They've landed near Fratton Park with the bloody football people, and I thought, oh, fuck this, and I'll be off again. They go to a planet far away from this bloody place.
Pulling its wheels off, leaving it on bricks.
Yeah, they probably would do, yeah. Sorry. So I am moving from Portsmouth in the next 2 or 3 years, so that's why I'm talking about it in past tense.
And this is the final bit of news before we move on. I'm going to challenge your sanity now.
Well, after trying to explain the Marvel thing about 10 minutes ago, my head is buzzing, but so try again. Go on.
Dinosaur remains likely to be found
on the moon. I saw that. What are you talking about? I'm sorry. I mean, it's not April the 1st, is it? It's not April Fool's Day.
No. There is a logical explanation.
Well, I didn't read the clarification. I just read that and I went, okay, do what? What's the explanation?
Well, do you remember the big asteroid or the comet that wiped out the dinosaurs?
Yeah, you're saying that the impact... I know what you're going to say. You're going to say the
Yeah.
impact of it was so big that
Yes.
fossils and bones, still
Yeah.
whole, still relatively together, flew off and landed on the moon.
And possibly Mars as well.
So in theory then, couldn't you have got microbes then, or something which might have survived? Well, no, it'd be in space, it'd be killed off in space.
Well, they're saying they found microbes in space. So,
You have
yeah,
tardigrades.
so, I mean,
It's
well, that's what I mean. So really, if they go to the moon and
we could
they
find
find stuff there, right? It comes from here then. So
Yeah.
how's that here? Well, it's not right, is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it is a bit shit if there's dinosaurs on the moon and human stuff. I want aliens. I don't want bloody dinosaurs.
Well, the thing is, in many things. Now, Red Dwarf is a prime example of a series where life only evolved on Earth. And the whole series, every single creature that you've met is originally somewhere in the past from aspects of Earth, which I thought was very clever. And I remember a listener saying, like in his little accent, Rima, there's no Zargon monsters out there. There's just us, the cat, and a few smeging rocks like. I can't do a little accent, but he just said that. He just said that basically it was just you, me, the cat, and a few smeging rocks, and that's it. No Zargon monsters, no aliens with beehive hairdo saying, "Show me some more of this thing you call kissing." It's just us, and I like that. I thought that was quite clever. Whereas most sci-fi, it does say that there's life which evolves on other planets that comes here. But it would be a shame, you know. Now, mathematically speaking, there must be life out there somewhere. It can't be just this one planet. It's just getting here, and also how big the universe
dinosaurs
is.
might not have been wiped out. They might have created a civilization and moved to the stars.
Oh, then, yeah, they would have had time, probably, in evolution.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe they left, built an empire, and all died out.
Well, they did that in Voyager, didn't they? They had the
did,
dinosaurs that evolved and went on to the Delta Quadrant. So they have done it in Star Trek. So we live in interesting times. So I don't know.
That we do.
You know, we've got a new president today. Well, at the time of recording, that's an interesting thing.
Yes, the orange one has floated off.
Yes, and we're not going to go, but that was interesting.
No,
I'm actually saying,
we have American
regardless,
listeners.
yes, exactly, but it was very interesting what happened.
But we have the blonde buffoon over here.
Oh no, does he need a bloody haircut as well? He looks like a mop.
Yeah,
he looks like a mop.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind.
That's it. So that's the sci-fi news.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you for that. It's a lot of information here. Now, I want to go into a series which I have seen, but I'm not half as familiar as Martin. So let's do the jingle, and I'm going to let Martin do the intro. Here we go.
It's the
Solar Sci-Fi
focus of the week.
Go for it, Martin.
Shall we're covering a certain classic. It stands out. It stands out on its own. It's unique for a series. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and numerous spin-offs that all mostly failed. And we're only going to be talking about Babylon 5.
We are. I'm just going to actually quickly have a look at the synopsis here. I'll just quickly read out, although I think most people would be familiar with it. It says that the series follows the human military staff and alien diplomats stationed on the space station Babylon 5, built in the aftermath of several major interspecies wars as a neural focus point for galactic diplomacy and trade. Babylon 5 was the example of a television series featuring story arcs which spanned episodes or whole seasons, whereas contemporary television shows tend to confine conflicts to individual episodes, maintaining the overall status quo. Each season of Babylon 5 contains plot elements which permanently change the series universe. Babylon 5 used multiple episode arcs to address the repercussions of some plot elements and character decisions. The episode plots would at times reference or be influenced by events from prior episodes or seasons. It also says many races of sentient creatures were seen frequenting the station, with most episodes drawing from a core of around a dozen species. Major plot lines included Babylon 5's embroilment in the millennia-long cynical conflict between ancient powerful races, inter-racist wars, and the aftermath, intrigue, upheaval within popular races, including the human characters who fight to resist Earth's descent into totalitarianism. Many episodes focused on the effect of wider events on individual characters. blah blah blah. I won't go in. So I will say first, from my perspective, I did watch. What happened was, because I think Martin's the one that's going to talk a lot more about this. I did see the first season when it was shown on Channel 4 in the UK in about 1994, something like that. At the time, I was the biggest Star Trek fan ever, and of course, Deep Space Nine had started roughly at the same time. And I think, although I have seen it since, I never got into it because I just saw it as another company trying to do, and it's not the case at all, trying to use Deep Space Nine as a kind of foothold to make their own kind of series, a space station series with alien civilizations, where, of course, in many ways, which we'll talk about, Babylon 5 storylines did change the dynamic of Deep Space Nine in later seasons. So, when did you see it? How did you like it, Martin? Tell me all about it.
How I saw it, I saw the pilot episode, The Gathering, on. It was in the video library before it got put on TV.
Okay.
And I rented it out, and I thought, I wonder if this is. At first, I thought it was a cancelled pilot.
Right.
And then about a year later, I saw an advert on Channel 4, Babylon 5, coming to Channel 4, and it was in the SFX magazine. So obviously, I started watching it, and I couldn't turn it off. I recorded it all.
Right.
What I found interesting about it, who you thought were the goodies and the baddies.
It got mixed, yeah, it got blurred, it did.
It got, and you know which two I'm on about. Londo Malari, who's such a tragic character about this, wanted to be, all he wanted to do was bring his people back to greatness. Yeah. And then you had the Narns, who'd been oppressed by his people, but they were like the rising power. Yeah. And then Morden turns up and comes out with these amazing spiritual questions like, with the shadows, it's what do you want?
That's right.
And the Vorlons, it's who are you?
Yeah, each race had its own perspective, didn't it, about what they wanted?
Yeah, it was interesting. And I like the concept that Earth had lost an interstellar war to another race.
Well, I remember in like season 4 or 5 that the Earth people, they actually separated from the. It'd be like Cisco and everything leaving Starfleet and becoming its own kind of thing, its own sort of.
That's in season 3.
Yeah, and I remember that being a big thing.
Because there's a conspiracy running through that President Santiago, and he gets assassinated. The Shadows have been knocking certain powers off. Yeah, and they sort of get the Centauri back on top. They're invading everybody, but with a backup of the Shadows. And but there's this whole sort of Earth Alliance conspiracy. I mean, they're bringing episodes like representatives turn up from Earth, like the Ministry of Truth and the Ministry of Peace, and it's all part of this fascist state that's been created on Earth, this conspiracy to take over Earth with a psycho. I mean, there's so much in this series, like the psycho, Bester.
That's what Walter Koenig was, isn't it?
Telepaths. I mean, controlled telepaths, and they're a power amongst themselves. But the Minbari are like this force of good, and when you see the movie in the beginning, because there's so many bloody spin-off movies around.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah, it's a big entity.
It's big, and we're not going to cover it all in this.
No. Crusade.
I like the concept that when we were expanding out amongst the stars, every other race said, "Do not go near the Minbaris. Stay away. Stay away." Yeah, and we did. We interfered, and they kicked our ass.
Yeah,
all the way.
Even though they had the warning.
Powerful stuff. Yeah, and the twist with Sinclair being Valen in the 3rd season, that he's the creator of the Minbari race, the Council of Three, and were genius, because in 1st season there's an episode 2-part called Time Squared where they're jumping backwards and forwards, and you don't know what's going on, but it's all tied in 2 seasons down the line. Yeah. And they were setting up in the 1st season, because now you see the Easter eggs there, that suddenly that Easter egg's going to be prominent in season 4.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember
that's what was brilliant about it.
I remember because Michael O'Hare was the character in the 1st season who left, but he was also, there was a great episode which I remember, it's one of the few I remember, called Babylon 4, which is like this time
Yes,
travel,
yeah,
and that was a huge that was the one. That was a huge story, and I remember that being
that's one of the keys. That's like one of the Rosetta Stones in the series.
And I think Michael O'Hare
because
returned,
I remember
didn't he?
watching that, and you hear a future voice of a future Sinclair, and I'm like, what is going on here? And then season 2 came. And he brought in the whole knocking off the Centauri Emperor, the power mad fanatics taking over the government and invading the war with the Narns. I mean, Narns get poor Narns. I mean, they become the goodie. You're rooting for Narns.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I remember when it got season 3, which is the best season in it, and the ending of season 3. I remember watching it with my mother because she used to like watch it on and off on a Sunday if I were up there on a Sunday. But that the actor that played Jakar, he used to come out with these incredibly powerful monologues. And he came out with something really powerful. My mother was going, "That is beautiful." That's what she said. She said it's so true. Yeah. Because the actor, he had that voice, and I loved the character of Jakar.
Yeah.
How he becomes spiritual, because he takes this drug called dust, and he goes attacking Londo Mollari, invades his mind with it, like this. It makes, because they're not telepathic, and he goes into Londo's mind, sees everything, all his dark secrets and that, and the Vorlon intervenes, and he's pretending to be his father, hanging, going, and he says to him, "You kill them, they kill you."
Yeah.
Where absolutely. Does it stop? What's the point? You've got to rise above this to be better than that. He said they're a doomed people. And out of this experience, Jakar comes this great spiritual leader. It's just things like that. You didn't get it.
Very,
Deep
very
Space
solid,
Nine never
very
got
solid.
that right with that, did they?
No.
They tried that with Cisco, didn't they? They tried, but it didn't quite work, did it?
Well, like I said, I'm much more knowledgeable about DS9, but I could see that they did use some elements of Babylon 5 in the later seasons.
Yeah, definitely. With the prophets,
and it steered it, prophets, exactly, and like, how like the orbs, the orb of time could change things in the past. There were certain elements about that, and of course, like the Bajorans, we are a Bajor, and of course, in some ways, the prophets had some links to Bajor anyway. Well, I mean, it was
in the episode 7 Dreams in season 3, Clark's took over the government back on Earth. I mean, everything's like, it's gone to crap. Everybody's warring with each other. Shadows are on a rampage. The Vorlons are sort of sat on the fence, and Sheridan decides that it's time now. He succeeds. What's that word? He breaks from Earth and declares Babylon 5 an independent
state.
And Earth Force turns up, because I love the ships with the
there's a great thing on YouTube where somebody did this battle between Deep Space Star Trek and Babylon 5, and you get the Earth warships, which have got those square fronts and the rotating middle bits, and it's fighting Galaxy class. And I'll send you a link about this. I mixed in some music from The Matrix into some of the special effects. It's a very fuzzy copy, and it's awesome. And you watch it with the Matrix music, which we're going to talk about next week by coincidence.
That sounds awesome.
I'll send you the link. You'll love it.
Yes,
I didn't do any.
I
didn't do the special effects, but I remixed the audio.
No, I'd love to
check it out. If you like space battles, you'll love it. And I think the music I did was really good. But yeah, I like I like that. I like the fact. And I remember other elements. I remember the Soul Hunters. They were quite cool.
Oh, because there was one in season 1 of a movie spin-off.
Yes, there was.
The
Soul Hunters. I thought that was cool. A great cast as well. I can obviously Bruce Broxmeyer, Michael O'Hare, Claudia Christian, Tracy Scoggins. I remember her. Andreas Katsoulas, who of course appeared in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Bill Mummy from Lost in Space.
Yeah.
A great. Again, it had a lot of supporting cast, which again is a parallel with Deep Space Nine.
I like Mr. Garibaldi. He was such a flawed character.
I think it was Jerry Doyle who played Garibaldi.
He's passed now. He passed.
Has he?
And so he's died. He died a few years ago.
I know one of the actors. I think it was
the Doctor. He died as well. He was only in his 30s.
One of the actors was also a recurring character on the 70s, 80s series Taxi.
Yeah, O'Hare's he's passed as well.
Has he? Michael O'Hare's got, I don't know.
Why he left Babylon?
Why did he leave at the end of season 1? I never knew that.
He had a mental breakdown. He had mental health problems.
Did he? Oh, I didn't know that.
The cast, it only got revealed a couple of years ago. They kept it quiet.
But he came back though, didn't he? In season 3, though.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him coming back
from severe mental health problems. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
I was quite tucked in early because I watched some convention footage and they were talking about it. Straczynski said he came to him in his office, said, "I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna have a breakdown."
Oh, it's such a shame.
The entire cast kept it quiet and supported him.
Yeah, but you could tell they had a good. You can often tell when the cast get on well. It kind of reflects in the way that they portray the characters in the series.
You see, in season 3, when he breaks away from Earth, there's that scene where Air Force, like, they destroy first wave of cruisers and that.
Yeah.
And the station barely survives it. And then a second wave comes in of Earth Alliance. But then Dylan turns up with the Minbari, and it's a fantastic scene, because Sheridan, even though he's a fantastic commander, he is a warrior. He stands there and it's like, it's over. We've lost. And then she turns up and she stares at Delenn and she says, the only man ever defeated the Minbari is behind me. You're in front of me. Now leave. And like, they don't argue with her. They just clear off, you know.
Yeah.
But the final season in season 3, which did it, when his dead wife turns up because she's been stuck in a shadow ship.
Yeah.
And she's there's that when he goes to Zakadoon, where they all come from, and you meet Morden, and you find out what it's all about, and it's quite. I mean, the concept is that every couple of thousand years, both sides, the Vorlons and the Shadows, they go around like the Shadows believe in conflict and strength, where the Vorlons believe you should all do as you're told.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what it's all about.
I like that.
When they get
I was going to say that was one. I was going to say that's one aspect, and we already said that I like the fact that each race had its own creed, and it had its own. And that
they were like godlike. They were way beyond us.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean. I was going to say, because I remember that season 3 was the high. I remember that it felt that it did drop down a bit in later seasons, I felt.
Yes, because they didn't know, every season they didn't know if they were going to get cancelled.
Yeah, so that was...
it was sort of doing all right in ratings, but it had a fan base. But apparently that's why the whole Shadow of Vorlon thing was wrapped up in season 4 in 6 episodes.
That's right.
And the rest of it was on the... getting Earth back.
That was a point. I remember that wasn't quite so good, because the Shadows were very, very cool. I mean, I remember seeing them. I mean, one thing I was going to ask is, because of course it had very early CGI, I mean, it's not helped it so much in long term visually. I don't know how you feel about it.
Bother you that now? I've watched clips. I watch clips like
it's all right, but I look at Deep Space Nine's exterior shots and I look at Babylon 5's, and I can tell that the DS9s are better because they were partly modelled, less CGI. I'd love it to get remastered. Like the original. That would be good.
In Seven Dreams, the battle scene around that's been done to 4K.
I think you should. I think I saw that, and it looked very good.
Yeah, it's only 3 minutes, but it looks like the digital ships look amazing.
Do you think that'll ever happen? I mean, do you think it's got a big enough kind of cult following that?
Well, I read something in an article about. You might know more about this than me, but you know when they convert film into Blu-ray or 4K?
Yeah.
Something about rendering or something. There's like a process to it. It costs a lot of money. But
they had to go to the film footage. I mean, that's the problem. That's what they did with Star Trek, the original series.
There's a machine. I saw it on something recently because they did something else that did cost a lot of money. That there's a machine now where you just put the film into it, or however they do it, or on a computer, and it cleans it up automatically, so it don't cost as much now. But this it's a new form of technology.
It's a new form of actually getting rid of
when I find the article, we're on YouTube, I will send it straight to
you. I think it's the same with the deep fake thing. If they can now put proper faces and stuff, then in the end you could program something to realise the low quality, and it can actually make an artificial high def, even though it's not real. If that's the principle of what you're talking about, I think I understand.
Jim, like Enterprise, because it were modern, they could easily do Enterprise.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But when obviously we all bought the Blu-ray Next Generation, when they released that, and it was overpriced into the HDMI and all this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got all 7 seasons on Blu-ray.
I have too.
And it was spectacular watching it.
It is.
It didn't sell. Because people are sat at home thinking, I've got it on. Why am I going to rebuy all this?
It is so much better because Star Trek and Babylon 5 were filmed on VHS. Not VHS, but video. Video effects. So it wasn't. I mean, they were filmed. They were filmed, but then they were converted to video for the actual special effects. So the quality really plummeted. So I know that I don't know about Babylon 5 what they could do with that, but with the next gen they did get all the reels.
Babylon 5's good. Look, if somebody can render 3 minutes of it and make it up to that level, I mean, they did 3 minutes of it. I know, but obviously I don't know what type of software you'd use to do it.
No, I don't know.
Somebody did it. Somebody did it at home.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that studio. I think if they put B5 out onto that level, I think it'd sell.
Well, look, we better wrap this up, actually. We better wrap this up because we are running out of time. But let me ask your final thoughts about the series in general, and how did you think it all finished? Were you happy with it, how it ended up?
I think we should have a part 2 in a couple of weeks because there's so much to cover.
Okay, we'll try and do that.
I think we should go back because there's Crusade, the Rangers series, the movies, the Babylon 5, the Lost Tales. We're gonna have to come back. I think we need to cover the other stuff before we get there.
Okay. Well,
so far I think is exemplary. It's one of the best TV series I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was good.
How do you feel?
I liked it. I need to see it again. Kind of thing. It's a bit like The Expanse, where I've loved it, but I really want to see the whole thing again. Also, I saw this series quite a long time ago. I don't recall it as well as I should do. But I do know all the things you said were very good. I like The Shadows. I remember season 3 being the highest point. And as you say, because of them not knowing whether they're going to make another season, how it did affect certain aspects. But no, it was a very good series. And it's definitely regarded as a complete classic. So thank you for that. Oh,
definitely, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, let's finish with that. And now, because we've only got about another 10-minute recording, so we'll get this and hear your perspective.
That should be enough time by the time we've finished with this.
Right, let's go into our challenge of the week, because this is going to be an interesting one. Here's the jingle.
It's the Solar One
Challenge
of the Week.
Alright then, so Martin gave me a challenge last week. I was watching Megaforce this week. I only saw this recently and I was just like, oh my god, I've got to show Martin this. It was Leprechaun 4 in space.
Oh god.
Martin, it's over to you.
Me watch that.
What did you think?
I did what you did and I shouldn't have done it.
It makes it funnier. It makes it funnier.
Bullet points down to you. Bullet points.
We're going to have to do that every week.
A bullet point. And why do you do bullet points? Right. 1 hour 35 minutes I'm never going to get back. Right?
I know. And Alien Halloween 3 as well. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Warwick Davis should be fucking ashamed of himself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Awful, cheap, nasty CGI.
Yeah.
Over macho bullshit. One of them called Mooch. Segment Sergeant Metalhead. Don't even get me started.
The sort of bit of head crude, bit crude out of his head. Yeah.
I mean, alien rip-off on the cheap.
Yeah.
Insane gay German Dwarf scientist.
He was a Gruber in Hello Hello, wasn't he? He was Gruber in Hello Hello.
No.
Yes, he was.
Really?
Well, he goes, Rene, you're the gay guy.
No, is that him?
Yes, it's him.
God, right. Yeah. A leprechaun that starts with a British posh voice.
Yeah.
Down the dinner table. That one just gave up on that.
Well, I don't blame you.
Right. One at good points, plenty of cleavage. A German damn roast.
Go on.
Cost $3 million to make. It did.
How much did he get back though? That's what I want to know.
Well, let's not go into that one. It's not popular on some tomatoes.
No.
Princess showing her breasts is a death sentence. Apparently, if you look up on her breast, it's a death sentence. Cross-dressing, oh God, not the cross-dressing Sarge fight happened to rip off on. She got her trousers ripped off by him from fucking a low.
Yeah.
I mean, ripped her fucking trousers off. She's running round in that. I mean, I wasn't complaining now. I couldn't believe it when her trousers just got ripped off.
Well, it happens. It happens.
Does
Well, in that it does, yeah. In that film it does, yeah.
Well, it would just, like, I've had it on, it's been on hold for quite a while, but what I thought, right, I'm going to do this today, and I couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. When Leprechaun enlarged itself. And, I mean, look, there was some bits where I was starting to laugh. I'm not going to totally hate on this film.
No, that's fine.
I want to. It was like somebody gave them £3 million
to do this,
to make that. £3 million.
Warwick Davis
right?
should have been ashamed of himself, though. I mean, I don't know why he did that. Terrible.
Yeah, and then he got blown out of space. I mean, the storyline, he didn't even explain where he got her from. She was just tied up against the wall, and he kept lusting after her body.
Did you see the bit where he came out of his groin? When
oh my God! You mean when they blew him apart, and then his spirit went up his wing?
Yeah.
And then he came out as a gonorrhea virus.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
That was just fucking stupid.
Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen in science fiction history?
I've got to give you that, my friend. You've surpassed yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope
thank you.
You're proud.
I when I saw it, I thought I've got to show Martin. We've got to talk about this. So this is why we did this new segment. But I don't think I could have ever imagined in my entire life seeing something like that for the sci-fi series.
£3 million.
£3 million on sorry, basically.
I mean, you think about it, right? You're working at whatever studio, one of them at Zex, and you've got the director and screenwriter outside, and you walk in and say, look, I want to make this. It's going to be great about this leprechaun. And have loads of tits in it, and arse and legs and cheap special effects of and gay dark frost type scientists from Germany, right?
Yeah.
And a cross-dressing metalhead Sarge who would just, oh God, don't get me started on him. And it's going to cost £3 million. This exec, oh yeah, no, it's all right. We'll give you £3 million. Just go make it. Yeah, not a problem.
But can you imagine when they filmed
million.
it? Can you imagine when they filmed it and then they showed the execs, the first showing for the execs, so, okay, this is our film, we've done it, we've finished it. Right, here we go. This is what we've made. What do you think? Oh, I loved it. Let's release it. Let's get it out there.
In the screening room.
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? I mean, what if they had test audiences or something about it? And when they do with certain films, what if this one had a test audience? What would they have thought? You know, I mean, you never know. It could have been a reshoot.
Well,
it could have been even
worse.
worse.
It got approved, didn't it? It got approved, didn't it? I mean,
why?
I reckon I half at props and other stuff.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, it's just regenerate. Yeah, it's just generating
but
other stuff.
All
yeah.
in all, I have to say, it wasn't too bad.
It is. I still. I've got my. I'm gonna keep a copy of it. I'm gonna watch it every year. I think it's looking on it.
I think like if you got a couple of friends out, you'd have some beers. And you, I don't know if you
if you like
weed smokers or whatever.
And you come back and you're like
after the
and there's nothing on. Let's chuck it on and like, oh, I've heard about this film. I mean, you want to show it to friends just to see their reactions.
Yes.
Which is why I did this with you, because I wanted to get your reaction on it, and I knew that you'd find it hilarious.
Yeah,
and you
I couldn't stop laughing. I was cringing at the same time. So when I looked into it, I couldn't believe that cost £3 million.
Well, like I said, I mean, Warwick Davis. I mean, of course, he's quite a well-known actor.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought.
And he really showed himself up. It's like, what on earth are you doing associated with it? I don't know if he's in any of the other films, because this was Leprechaun 4.
It was like what they'd done is they banged in 20 movies, storylines, and put it in. I mean, at first they were trying to go with the whole aliens thing, with the Marines.
Yeah, the Marines, yeah, exactly.
And that sergeant with metal plate on his head was just, like, ridiculous. And when that scientist, the German scientist, I'm not being funny about Germans, but when he was banging his fist on thing and that, and like, I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh God, here we go. I'm looking at. He was in Leprechaun 5 in the Hood.
What?
Next one, Leprechaun 5 in the Hood.
No.
It says Leprechaun 5 in the Hood. Leprechaun 4 in space.
Yeah,
Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 2, but the others don't seem to have like a subtitle apart from 4.
I think Leprechaun 1 is actually a quality movie. I think I've seen one.
He's done all of them. He's been in all of them. He's been in all of them apparently. I didn't know that.
I think why has he been in? What is he playing that character?
I think it's a bit like Freddy Krueger. He comes back in every single film in some sort of new form.
Has Warwick Davis been Leprechaun in it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm looking at on Warwick Davis's Internet Movie Database. He was in all of them.
Oh, right.
He was in 1, 2, 3, 4, and.
I thought you meant the Nazi gay scientist.
No, not Gruber. No,
Gruber.
Not bloody Gruber. Oh, he had the same German accent from Hello, Hello. I don't know if you noticed that.
Right.
You know, he actually played Malcolm Reed's dad in Star Trek Enterprise in an episode, which was quite amazing.
Did he?
Yeah.
He must have got a career in America.
Yeah, he went to America. So I always thought it was funny when he was in. But I mean, I saw him in this. And I think, was there a blonde girl in it as well? Because if it's the one I'm thinking of, she was the one that played Kez's daughter in the alternate future where she was going back in time. I think that's.
Oh, right, yeah, because the other two, I Wikipedia the other two. She's with black hair, she's an athlete or something, and not just.
Okay, right, okay.
Yeah, there wasn't much about her, but then there were her that got her. Well,
yeah.
Apparently, if you look upon them, you die.
Well, we've got to go somehow, haven't you? So.
Well, I did look upon them.
But you're right so far, are you? I mean, I know, but it's like.
Well, I just had to look. I mean, I was watching it, just a quick look.
And then.
When they ripped her trousers off, come on.
How was your pause button during this point? Was it all right?
Oh, yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that. I'll keep that quiet.
Well, listen, Martin, but it's okay. So we better give this a rating out of 10. What would you rate this out of 10?
Right. Well, it got a bit of dignity because it was funny.
Right.
I'm going to give it 2.
Okay. I think I'd probably give it about.
Generous because I'm going to give it a 3.
I'd probably give. Yep. I think I'd be about the same 3. I think that's a fair enough number given the material that we had to digest.
So it's my turn.
Yeah, what's next? Because we were going to challenge Tom, so we'll have to put that on hold. So it's back to me then this week or next week. What do you want me to watch this time?
Have you got Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Yeah, right. It's on there. Right. There's 2 actually. Yeah, I'll give you a choice. You can watch. In the 1980s, they made a sword and sorcery series.
Right.
And they're terrible, and they do your head in, and that's all. I challenge you. We need the drum roll.
Okay, it's going now. It's going.
Right. I challenge you to watch Deathstalker or Deathstalker 2. You've got a choice of either one or the other.
So these are films, are they?
Yes, Deathstalker.
Deathstalker. Well, it makes sense to watch Deathstalker 1, actually.
Well, I'll leave it to you. I'm not saying nothing.
All right, Deathstalker 1. I will do my best to watch it.
Yeah, the Italian-made sword and sorcery movies.
All right, mate. Okay, that's the challenge. I will.
When you went in the video library many decades ago, they were in the corner where you didn't really go look, but you did.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I've got to find a NAF film for you to watch next time as well. So.
Yes. Well, you've got a week. You can choose TV series.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think.
Well, I'll leave it to you. Leave it to you.
Yeah, okay.
But next week,
Deathstalker.
I'm glad you've just started Deathstalker 1. It might be worth watching 1 and 2.
Well, let's watch 1, and if it's really, it might be something you can hold on for the week after. So,
yes.
Like I said, we'll have to think of something for Tom as well when he comes back. All right, Martin, we will leave with, I found this, it says it's called Bar Music from Babylon 5, episode The Face of the Enemy. I heard this, it sounds quite cool. I don't know if it's a well-known song, I've not heard it before. And we will hopefully be back next week with Tom, and we'll catch you next time on the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. Catch you later.
Yes, live long and prosper.
I only will only want, but cannot have. but cannot have, will not have. When I fly in my mind, I get away just in time. I wait the wind to fly away. I only want you for
Just a stone throw away from Church Square in the centre of Pretoria, bears no more evidence of the damage caused by the bomb which exploded during the afternoon rush hour on May 20 last year. 19 people were killed,